What's up, guys? We're back, and today we're talking about fasting. So, I've talked about fasting a little bit before, probably in like some really old videos, but I feel like my viewpoint on fasting has changed a lot. I'm actually doing a fast right now, a 2-day fast. But anyways, let's get to fasting. So fasting length, first of all, I think the optimal fasting length for real results is 2 to 3 days. Intermittent fasting is okay, but I personally don't believe in intermittent fasting anymore. My viewpoint has changed on it, and I feel like it's kind of useful, but not really useful in my opinion. I find longer fasts to be more useful. But we're gonna get into the benefits as well as why we should do fasting to begin with. I did have some notes here for myself so I can remember everything I'm going to say, because there's a lot of little small details I need to remember. So I felt like that's gonna help a little bit. So first of all, what do you usually drink during a fast is you drink water, black coffee or tea, and no additions to that. And those are the 3 drinks you can drink on a fast, and that's what I drink pretty much to keep me going. Tea and black coffee on a fast can actually help a little bit with the benefits of it, which we're gonna get into now. The benefits of fasting is things like autophagy, which is cell repair, and it's gonna allow you to avoid diseases and illness, and it may also help with aging, so your skin and everything doesn't age as fast. So fasting can actually be very helpful to your skin and your body with cell repair. I think there's a spiritual element also to fasting that a lot of people don't maybe talk about, but I think fasting is kind of a spiritual experience a little bit as well. It takes some discipline, and there is a lot of religions that do fasting spiritually, for spiritual reasons purely, but I think I don't really do it purely for spiritual reasons, but it can be a part of the experience in a sense. But I do feel like it's not the biggest part for me why I do it. There's a lot of other benefits, but it's definitely one part spirituality within a fast. It's linked to a lot of religions, and whatever religion you practice, you can usually link it to spirituality in some way. So it can be a very spiritual experience, but that's kind of individual how you feel about that. Next would be inflammation. So it helps with a lot of inflammation. This can prevent stuff like cancer and other things, and chronic problems with heart and everything when you do fasting. It can just help your body kind of repair itself, and I feel like the fast kind of resets your body, especially if you've been on a bulk. Doing a fast for a couple of days can actually help reset your body a little bit. I feel like it does good for your body after eating so much food, honestly, and being bloated and everything for so long. It definitely helps reset your body. Insulin and blood sugar levels also go down when you go in a fast, and it usually helps with insulin resistance and blood sugar, which can help burn more fat basically, and a lot of these other things, which is also goes into the fact that I also do this for a caloric deficit, because the caloric deficit you're in a fast with is large, since obviously you're not eating anything, you're consuming 0, so you're going to be burning a lot of fat. Now let's quickly get into the fact that will you burn muscle during a fast if you're fasting for 2 to 3 days? That's what probably a lot of people will think about. And you do not burn your muscles or lose your muscles during a 2 to 3 day fast, as long as you keep working out, if you're working out on those fasting days. And after 3 days, the protein synthesis, your body needs protein, so after 3 days it's gonna start taking from your muscles, so you don't really want to do a fast longer than 3 days in my opinion, especially without consuming any kind of like electrolytes or BCAAs or something. So that's when those could be useful if you really want to do. I don't think there's any point doing it longer fast than 3 days, to be honest. That's the longest I've done ever, and I don't see any point going further, because most of the benefits honestly from a fast come from 2 to 3 days, like the health benefits. Like 2 to 3 days is all the health benefits and where the benefits come from. So I don't see any reason to go longer. Now, there's some other benefits I think on the mental side. I feel more energized and feel way more focused to do things, and I'm not distracted by food. I don't feel so foggy when I'm on fasting. And I feel like I have a lot more time to do a lot of stuff because I don't have to worry about making food or going to eat and thinking about all that. Obviously, there's some disadvantages like social eating, enjoying food, but it's kind of a small time frame anyway. You'll get back to those eventually. So I feel like there's more benefits than disadvantages to fasting. You can have some disadvantages like hunger or dizziness, maybe, headache. And I definitely don't recommend fasting for everybody because it's not something everybody can do, or they don't have the discipline, or they can't do it because of medical reasons. So I don't recommend fasting for everybody. But it is a good practice for a lot of things, and I do enjoy it personally. For a variety of reasons. And I've done them multiple times in the past, and I'm still probably going to do them, especially now that I'm cutting. It just makes the process of cutting easier. And if you're wondering how I feel about hunger during the fast, I don't really feel hunger much during the fast, maybe like 1 to 2 times on the 2 days, for example. I might feel hunger, but it usually goes away as long as you keep drinking water and, doing your thing, and keep yourself maybe distracted to an extent with other stuff. You're not going to really notice it if you're focused. But if you're just laying around thinking about food, you're probably going to fail. So that's some of my advice, I would say, for fasting. Some of the benefits and disadvantages. But I just wanted to share this information because I've probably talked about fasting before, but I felt like there's a lot of new information I've had about it and a lot of new thoughts, and I don't feel like intermittent fasting is really worth it anymore. So thank you for watching. If there's a will, there's a way. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.